Hi, I'm Allie, and this is Wisdom for Living. 3 minutes of your week, wisdom for a lifetime. Our tradition tells us we've got to smile at every single person we meet. That's right, we have to receive every person we come across with a cheerful expression. Now, this is true whether we're in a good mood or a bad mood, and it's true whether we feel like it or not. And it's every person, a difficult child, an estranged spouse, the garbage man, the person at the checkout counter, our difficult boss, anyone we come across. Now, what's interesting is who told us this wisdom? Shammai. Now, many of you might be familiar with the great sage Hillel, who was his contemporary. Hillel was known for an incredibly warm nature. He loved people, and he was very, very slow to anger. But the Talmud tells us of many different stories about Shammai, and it points to the fact that he was of a much more difficult nature. He was much more quick to anger. He was more sullen. He was more judgmental. It was almost as if he was telling himself, look, at any given moment, I have a choice. When I meet somebody, I can make them feel warm and connected and included, or I can make them feel insecure and sullen. The choice is mine. And that was very empowering to me because by nature, I'm not a smiler. I'm not by nature a super cheerful person. So it meant a lot to me that Shammai was telling me, at any given moment, you can affect someone's mood with your facial expression. In fact, one of my favorite authors told me that whenever he comes into contact with someone, he actually uses his hands and he forces his smile up. He forces himself to smile because he understands how important it is. Because a smile, a cheerful expression, is not just something we feel like doing. It's an obligation. It's interesting that our Declaration of Independence tells us we've got the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Sometimes I wonder if the right to happiness is behind the attitude we see all too commonly today, that somehow happiness is my due, and if you don't make me happy, or you don't make me happy, or this situation doesn't make me happy, it's somehow their fault. Judaism is the opposite. It tells us happiness is not something we're entitled to. It tells us it's an obligation, and we have to generate it from within. That's right, cheerfulness is a mitzvah. Because think for a moment of how deeply your expression affects other people. Think about how you feel when a person greets you warmly, sincerely, and makes you feel good with a smile, versus when someone has a sullen expression. It makes you insecure, like, did I do something? Does she not like me? All of a sudden, your upbeat mood gets kind of sour or turns dark. What's going on here? Because our expression affects other people. In fact, one great sage told us that a sullen face, a person who has a sullen face, it's like he builds a pit, a hole in an open thoroughfare, in an open street. It trips people up. People trip into it. They fall into it. Which is why, remember this very important piece of truth. Your face is the only feature that you can't see. That's right, you can see your hands, you can see your legs, you can see your body, but you can't see your face. Why? Because it belongs to other people. It deeply affects other people. So smile. It's your obligation, even if you have to use your hands.